Hey, Julie Boss here again with my top 5 tips and hints for taking the CPC exam. As I'm sure you've realized, the CPC exam is a very grueling test, so you need to make sure that you take care of yourself. Remember to breathe. You're also going to want to not panic and pace yourself. The CPC exam is a 5-hour and 40-minute test which includes breaks. You have 150 questions, which means you have approximately 2.25 minutes per question. However, it's better to measure your progress per hour as some questions are quick and some take longer. So, if you do approximately 26 questions for the first hour, 52 for the second hour, etc., you will be on pace to finish. So don't worry that you are taking more than 2.25 minutes per question on some questions. Just measure yourself by the hour. On exam day, you're going to want to make sure that you arrive early, at least 10 to 15 minutes, but don't arrive too early so you're sitting there for 45 minutes with this great anticipation sitting in your chest. You want to make sure that you bring a photo ID, number 2 pencils, although generally the AAPC does provide number 2 pencils, so there should be some there for you. You want to bring some water or something to drink and a light, quiet snack. You don't want to be opening noisy bags of chips while it's completely silent in the room. You want to choose your spot in the room. So if you get there early, you can choose where you want to be. If you want to be up front so you don't see anybody else leave or get up or move, that is good. If you want to be in the back so that you can just be by yourself, anyway, choose your spot in the room where you're most comfortable. And you know what? You can use earplugs if necessary. This is about you. It's not about anybody else. So if you need to concentrate, make sure you bring what's appropriate for you. Number 3, I can't emphasize enough that you need to know your coding books. I truly believe that if you are familiar with your coding books and know how to read them and interpret the signs and symbols, that you can code anything. This is especially important during the exam when you may be asked to choose between 2 answers that are very similar. To help you with this, you can write notes in the margins of your books, highlight anything, and turn down pages. However, you can't have any loose papers, whether they're glued, stapled, or post-it type notes with writing on them. Remember, this is an open book exam. You need to bring the current year CPT professional or standard, but not the expert. However, the ICD-9 CM, you can have a 2013 or later. And you bring the current year HCPCS level 2. The HCPCS you can actually have the expert, but not the CPT. Number 2, now that you're pacing yourself, you're prepared for exam day, and know your coding books, you need to look at the approach. It's very important that you tackle only one question at a time. If you're using the pace yourself method of 26 questions per hour and only think about volume once per hour, you should complete the exam timely. In the meantime, there is only one question in front of you. So for each question, you want to read the entire question and answer set and then ask, what are the keywords? What is the question really asking? And what is the quickest way to get the answer from the answer set? The number one reason for failing the CPC exam is that people don't finish it. I have seen those with less experience in the coding field have an easier time passing the exam because they approach it as a test. Those of you who have experience tend to try to code. The difference here is time. When you try to analyze the questions as if you're going to code them from scratch, all kinds of questions arise, and you end up trying to interpret the question with the mindset of a coder rather than that of a test taker. The key things to remember about the CPC exam are: this is not actual coding. It's a test. All of the answers are right there in front of you. All you have to do is choose the correct answer from the answer set given. If you can do this and continue with the other 4 things, you will have a better success rate at passing the CPC exam. So here's a recap of the top 5 tips and hints to successfully passing the CPC exam. Remember, this is only a test. It's not actual coding. Treat it as a test. Make sure you approach each question individually. Know your coding books. Be prepared on exam day. And make sure you breathe. Good luck. I would love to know about your experiences taking the test. If you feel you need more help on the test, I do have a CPC exam prep course. It's very intensive. It takes you about 6 hours to go through, but you can go through it at your own pace, and it's good for 30 days. I go through questions and answers, rationale, tips and hints for actually arriving at the answers quickly. You can find that on my website at www.arhealthconsulting.com. Now, this is the CPC exam prep is just for the test, but if you feel like you need more study for the actual CPC and coding, I do have a virtual study group also, and that is on my website at www.arhealthconsulting.com. Good luck. Let me know if there's something else I can help you with.